my colleagues, what we really have here is a discussion not so much as to which party has moral superiority here, but it's really a deeper question about what's the purpose of our nation and whether we are aligned with the Founding Fathers' spiritual principles. Because while the founders separated church and state, they did not intend our nation to be separated from spiritual principles. And I think that at this moment, if we really want to sincerely appreciate the dilemma that we have created with these cuts, we need to reflect on some of our own spiritual training, for those of us who are Christian, when in John 21:15, Jesus was dining with apostles, and so when they dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?" He said unto him, "Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee." And the Lord said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him again the second time, "Simon, son of Jonas, knowest thou me?" He said unto him, "Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee." And the Lord answered, "Feed my sheep." He said unto him the third time, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?" Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, "Lovest thou me?" And he said unto him, "Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee." Jesus said unto him, "Feed my sheep." There are spiritual principles at stake here. We know what the right thing is to do. We know that feeding the hungry is a corporal work of mercy. We know that we have a responsibility to do this. We know that when the Bible says, "Whatever you do for the least of my brothers and sisters, you do for me," in Matthew 25, that we actually are referring to how spiritual is the act of feeding the poor. This decision that we make with respect to whether or not we are going to fully fund women's and infant children program does have profound spiritual consequences. We cannot escape them. For when I was hungry, you gave me food. Remember that. When I was hungry, you gave me food. You didn't give me war. You didn't give me a break. You didn't give me an oil depletion allowance. When I was hungry, you gave me food. Who among you, the Bible asks, if his son asked for bread, would give them a stone? The spiritual principles we're talking about here. This really goes to the core of who we are as a nation. Whether we recognize the people who are out there who are suffering. People who may not have a roof over their head. Mothers who may be living in a car, having to attend to their children. America today is not the country it was at its founding. But it can be a nation that aspires to great things again. But it cannot do it if we forget the poor, if we forget the children, if we forget their mothers, if we tell them that, no, you cannot have the resources you need to be able to provide proper nutrition to your child so that he or she can grow up in this United States of America to be a full participant in the affairs of this nation. This is a defining moment for who we are as a nation. This isn't about whether we're Democrats or Republicans. This is about whether we are prepared to realign ourselves with the deeper truths of the spiritual mission of the United States of America. Feed the hungry. Feed my sheep. When I was hungry, you gave me food. Restore these cuts.